Of course we're all here.
You know what? You know what, Daniel?
Yes.
You know what, Daniel? Is
Yeah.
that even is your real name?
Oh God, they figured it out.
I see you.
Please, that was my father. Call me.
I tried really hard to spit out my beer from that one.
Hello?
Don't
What
remind me in
the
12
fuck?
hours.
Did somebody knock on my door?
No.
Hello? What the fuck? I deadass just heard someone knock on my door.
I didn't
There should
hear
be nobody
anything.
knocking. Knocking. Oh.
I heard nope like 3 different times.
That's me doing it.
Quirky funny. Good way to
That's-
get into talking about the gods of Eldritch.
Yeah, that's me doing it, knocking near my mic.
No, I
Yeah.
heard it in front of me.
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
It was not that noise.
Yeah, is that different? Oh, cool. In that case, Eldritch Gods.
I was
Creepy.
saying, it was
Just like how
not
I've been feeling
bad.
people look at me all night.
All right.
Yeah, we
Well-
need to leave an offering to the lady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, now that we're all here,
Uh-oh.
who would like to recap with what you
I mean, I-
scantily recall?
I can do it, and
I can try
probably
to start,
I mean, sure.
just because I remember a little bit. I remember we discussed initially going to the one hall, and then realized we are not nearly prepared enough for this. And went to talk with Danae.
Where did Daniel go?
What do you mean?
Oh, I saying I thought you were about to start.
I was, and then
Recap.
they said I'm gonna do it. I'm like, okay.
I said I could start because I don't remember very much.
Did Scott's mic just go really quiet for me?
I'm just not talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're just being quiet so they could say the thing.
All right, go for it.
I don't remember very much, but I do remember a little bit that I would like to try to say. You know.
William's mic is really quiet.
Oh.
And
And then Danae gave us more to worry about, essentially. And then we did the whole thing with her, and that's about as much as I can remember. Is that we went and did stuff with her, and then did further research afterwards. After being thoroughly creeped out.
Fair enough. So we do that. Let me refresh myself. Usually, eccentric. Blah, blah, blah. Investigation. Wales. Okay. There it is. Okay. So, from there, like I said, we do research. The best bets we have are going to the archives, which we don't go to initially, but I think we wanted to. I don't think we ever end up going to archives, beside the point. What we did end up going was meeting, what the fuck is your character's name? Hold on. I have it written down. Finis. Finis's friend, Danae, who Scott could not say right 2 times in a row to save his fucking life, and it was hilarious. Danae is
Great baby.
Danae is is a little ... eccentric, and I'm gonna say that's the best way to describe that situation. They are a bit of a gossip, stalkery kind of gossip, but like let's just focus on the gossip part. Beside the point, we talked to them. They seem to know a lot about Eldritch and ghostly kind of things, specifically ghostly kind of things, because their mother became a ghost and chopped off their boyfriend's dick, which was hilarious to me. Beside the point, we talked to them about the happenings, more or less, and the patterns we're starting to see in some things, and they informed us a little bit about research that they had come across in the past. Stuff involving investigating whales, strange rocks at the bottom of a harbor, Sickness doesn't add up. Sickness that doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, we also talked to them about the gal. Bonus points if someone remembers her name, because I don't remember her name. The dead one.
Clarice.
Yeah,
Clarice.
Clarice.
Thank you. And who started with a C, but it's like, I don't remember.
Clarice.
Yeah. Mentioned that the person used to be a linguist and then moved to marine biology, and I was like, that's a weird overlap, and it's like, it happens.
Happens.
They mentioned there's gaps of time in some of the notes that just don't make a ton of sense. With phrases written down like, can you hear it? Words swimming through my head like fish. And I have stowed away the contents in a lockbox. The lockbox is less ominous and misunderstandable as it's a fucking box. We have no idea where it is though. They mention members of this old cult that were basically, I think their throats were slit, and they had the items that the people were worshipping or using for worship tied to their ankles and then chucked into the ocean. This cult that worships like friggin' whale disease gods and shit like that. Yeah, let's just toss them in the ocean. Nothing bad could ever happen from this. Anyways,
with their holy objects.
Yeah, with mind you, with their holy objects. Thank you for that point. So we also do hear about from the group that came back some bits of the report. I'm remembering this. I didn't write it down, but I remember this. They, I believe, found skeletons on the beaches that seemed to be crawling out of the water, but they were definitely not bodies that were picked clean. These were old fucking skeletons. Weird. And they found these strange rocks. And I believe, from assumption, it's a safe bet that these strange rocks are probably the things that they were using, and the skeletons are the people that were tossed in. Anyways, that's all hypothetical, though. We mention... That's it. We mentioned to Danae, hey, how do we fight ghosts and things? And Danae, very... They don't directly say, follow me, but they kind of play it off like, oh, we should go do this, that, and the other, da-da-da-da-da. Not directly answering the, hey, here's the ghost fighting thing. But they're kind of like hinting like, follow me. So we follow them, we go to an armory. Or the armory, I suppose. They find this vial of something, and they're like, don't ask what that is. And we're like, we won't ask what that is. We just have this goo that we can use for helping casting spells to protect us from a thing. While we're there, I can't remember what initiated it. I think it was...
The door's was unlocked.
That's
messed
what it was.
with.
Yeah, we were going to go into the basically deeper locked up sections of the armory to discover that I don't think your key, Forest, worked, but it didn't matter because it was unlocked, like you said. We open the door, we see on the floor a dinosaur. No, we see on the floor what could be confused as a body, considering how dark it is and everything in there, but I think we quickly discovered that they're at the very least sentient and still breathing, I suppose, so I would say alive. It's hard to pin down. This is what it was. We didn't get the goo yet. The goo was in that area, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
so we
that's
see
what
that
we were
guy.
going there to get.
That's what it was. Thank you. Sorry. Spent a minute. We determined, like, we have to do fucking something here. My guy ends up detecting, like, oh, the smell in the air. Don't light anything, because it might fucking explode. Not a guarantee, just a few different hints and notes of just, like, don't light anything. We can see fine enough. Just get in there, get out.
Ode to explosion.
Ode de explosion. I think it was specifically kind of rotten eggs and sulfur kind of smell. Forrest sneaks in, grabs the stuff, dips. The guy on the ground... Oh, yeah, I did write down what he mumbled. He mumbled something along the lines of, can you see it? Do you know? I hear the crashing of the waves. Because, yeah, we can't just have a guy just dead on the ground and just be like, oh, this is fine. He has to say something fucking spooky. From there, let me just read my notes. Sink past... Blah, blah, blah. Not all that flows is water. We try to block off the thing, and Finis rolls holy shit good and just shove something in the way and we fucking dip. We trust Danae to kind of handle the situation as we break off by ourselves because we're not really supposed to be in there or know what's going on in there. So we're like, Danae, can you fix this? Danae's like, don't worry about it. It'll be handled. And we're like, cool, don't know what that is, not gonna ask about it later, don't need to know. Benny, my best friend, Benny, the greatest guy, Benny boy. This guy named Benny tried to fix Phineas's floor because we went back to their place basically. And Benny, great guy, real bad at DIY stuff. Tried to fix the floor, only really made it worse. We got a look at what the iconography of these people were. It looks kind of like a compass with whale tails. That's the easiest way to describe that. We go in our own directions to do some investigation stuff. Phineas learns how to cast a spell using the goo. The goo has about 10 uses. Let's see. You have to make an occult check. It's 1 magic point. It casts for an action, and the duration is instant. It's basically like a short-term stun, if I remember how the spell was described.
It's about a 6-second stun.
Yeah. It's not
hard to get out of there.
Yeah, it's not competitive. It's oh shit, we need to go. Outside is not that bad, actually. Get a telegram from Danae saying, ready to talk. My guy heads over. They have a fun little conversation about life and things. I try to pry a little bit into other people's lives, but Danae is respectful. It's like, no. And it's like, fair. Well, not exactly no. They were just like, you gotta give me something good. It's like, that's fair. Honestly, goods and services. Fair trade.
It was, I have a deal with one of them, and the other one, oh god.
Also, fun fact, the label on this bottle is absolute ass and has fallen off immediately.
Yep.
Let's see. Forest. Raised by rats. Forest. Oh, Forest talks to a friend. Talks to Carmine.
Dun dun dun.
They have a fun bit of conversation. I'm gonna have to boil this one down because I don't remember 100% what happened, unless you do remember and want to go over it.
We had a healthy little chat to leave some doors mysteriously unlocked that I don't have keys for.
Yeah, but you owe him one.
And I believe the doors were the door to archives level 2.
It was a locked door in the archives, and then something I think with the research center. I can't remember. There was 2 doors.
They opened 2 doors. Door number 1 was to, it says Archives Investigator Wing, and door number 2 was the research center. Also investigators. Do they have like a special
there's
investigators section?
Only sections, and we needed access to both of those. That's why.
I also wrote down, office to leave some doors open. So forgetful. Forgot to close them.
So forgetful.
I believe that's where we left off.
Alright. So where would everyone be?
Are we starting like right where we left off, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you came down from talking with what's his name?
Carmine.
Carmine. There we go. Phineas, you were in your study, I believe, right?
Yeah, I had gone back to my study after going to the research hall.
You were building something?
Yes.
Alright. Did you already make that check, or can you make that check right now?
No, I haven't. Let me find my dice.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Oh god, the dice.
I forgot the dice.
Dice!
No!
Yeah.
Where did I put my dice tray? That's another thing.
It occurs to me that I can use my drawer as a dice rolling area.
Oh my god, you literally have a dice tray built in. That's amazing.
Yeah, I still
Let
have
me
my dice out.
I
though.
think my dice tray is out in the living room. 1 second.
Yeah, and your dice are in my car. So.
No, my
Here, I'm gonna
have
grab
no
you
dice.
dice then.
You
so I
just
can
want
use-
a spare set
I'll
of
be
dice.
back in-
I would say we all have dice. We're all goblins.
I have a bag that says all my D&D shit.
I have 2 bags that are Beanie Babies. They are full of guts, and guts are dice.
I'm just trying to find the dice. Oh. No use for a dice tray.
You could use
Have my
your
dice.
you could use your desk drawer thing if you didn't fill it up.
I already did.
Okay. I don't have a dice tray. Otherwise, I'd offer. Well, I have something you could use as a dice tray.
I'm trying to see if I have something.
Loud. That would be my only thing. That would definitely be loud. I don't know if I have anything else. Not really.
I just don't know what I did with it. Actually, I could use these baskets.
Modern
I have an
problems
empty
require
basket.
modern solutions.
Oops. No. I'm like, I could have sworn I had already found. Oh, there's my dice tray. I found
Nice.
it. Dice.
Alright. So I'm gonna need you to make me a steam repair and a mechanics repair check.
Okay, and remind me, what dice do I use for these again?
It's pretty much always a D100.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 2d10s.
I forgot. That's what game we're playing.
Yep.
2d10.
It is pretty
Okay,
much always
and
a D100.
And then remind me, the one that has 2 digits on it. That's that's the one that's in the tens place.
Yep, and if you get 2 zeros, that's 100.
Okay.
You have to roll
And you said
under
steam
your value
repair.
and mechanics repair.
Okay.
And you got to get under your
And
value.
mechanics repair. And both at their first value?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, for steam repair, I rolled under. I rolled a 24 and I have a 60. So
Okay.
steam and mechanics. Okay, there's mechanics. Alright, and 36 for mechanic repair. So, and that's under my thing. So yes.
Okay. So as you start to grab loose pipes that you have in your workshop,
Both of them.
a few a number of gaskets, hydraulic presses, and other various different switches, leather straps, and begin to put them together and begin to fill the various tanks in front with water that then become heavily pressurized through an air tank. You put together a contraption that is fitted, wherein its exit is fitted to the underside of one of your arms. It is a backpack. It is a hefty backpack of sorts. For the average person, it would be almost unreasonable to expect to carry that. But with a combination of a brace and straps and your unseeming strength, it is almost effortless for you. Not without effort, but not the great effort one would consider for a machine about the same weight as a fully filled backpack, 50 to 60 pounds. This takes the better part of the night. So as you're doing that, putting your goggles on and just getting ready for what might, for as best as you can, a situation you have never considered having to be prepared for. We jump to Forrest. What are you doing?
If this is right after the conversation with Carmine,
Yeah.
Forrest has for the first real time since all of this, gone to his room.
Yeah.
And
you
is
pass
just
through the lobby?
sitting on his bed.
Do you pass through the lobby while you're doing that?
Whatever the quickest route would be from like the roof to his room.
Then probably. As you pass through the lobby, you would see another person being wheeled in on a stretcher. Another a person in a greatcoat and a trench coat underneath. This is definitely another investigator. And they're just humming a tune while looking in no particular direction, their eyes fully cataract over smatterings across them. Just just doing that the whole way through.
Uh-oh.
And as you pass them, the guy's head just seems to twist directly to you.
No.
And then passes out, but is still humming that same dun 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 dun.
Would I recognize this as a sea shanty?
Yeah, some kind of. You would definitely recognize it as a sea shanty.
Yeah. Oh god.
So as you head to your room.
Yeah, he is going to his room to sit down and process what the fuck just happened.
You sit down. What is Forrest thinking?
It's a great question. Forrest does not like talking with Carmine. Even if it's on his own terms, he does not like talking with Carmine. So he feels very bad right now because he had to talk with Carmine and now owes Carmine more than he already did. Which is something he does not enjoy having to do.
Alright.
But now also is thinking about that fucking weird ass sea shanty.
Yeah. And you can swear that it seems like almost fading into the background, be heard through the halls, despite the fact that it was in a different building. As you're sort of stuck thinking about the fact that you had to talk with someone who brings up a lot of stresses, pains, disdain. Should sit there for a moment, collect your thoughts. Galleon, what are you doing?
That's a fun question. This is us leading up to about to leave, correct? Not like just basically going to bed.
Yeah.
Okay. The meme answer in my head, I'll tell you in a minute, but he's probably like literally praying to like
Damn.
I think it's the Tri-Gods?
Man has a god.
It's the triarchy of gods.
Triarchy of Gods, yeah. Just, I don't know anything in specific. I think for him, it's more like, I don't know. He just sits in quiet contemplation and like homage to maybe like a symbol or something, and lets his mind kind of wander to the things that are like concerning him, and just let that kind of flow past him. Just like, here's the concern, I leave it to God kind of notion.
As you take a moment to pray, what's your raven's name?
Edgar.
Edgar. You see Edgar just sort of perched on the windowsill, staring outward, every now and then making a
my bird trying to talk.
just every now and then just calling out of the window.
Does it sound like anything like, let's say, abnormal? Like he's calling for like attention or calling at something specific, or just like making noises as the animals do.
Doesn't normally caw, at least not during times like this. Definitely seems to be. The bird is tense. Edgar is very tense and seems to be cawing in a specific direction.
Okay. I think at like the first, as I'm going to just call it, small volley of caws, he wouldn't pay the most mind as he's mildly distracted, but as it continues on, it's like I can't fully ignore that for too long. The bird is panicked, so we'd probably go to it and try to like pet it to calm it down, and while looking out to whatever direction, try to determine what the bird is trying to get the attention directed towards.
Okay. What's your animal handling?
Animal handling? That's a really good question. I don't know. Is there an animal one specifically? No. For bird keeping, it's 25.
25. Perfect. So, with a 25, can you make me a bird keeping check?
I'm gonna throw one of them there down range. Which one is which? That one is 10s. This one is not 10s. Oh, I already fucked up. The 10 was 4. Yeah, 40. So nah.
You go to sort of calm Edgar down. Edgar sort of like beats your hands back and flies out of the window, and you can just like circle, like make a tight circle around the courtyard of the campus.
Tight circle.
Just cawing incessantly.
At one spot. Are there any other birds, or is it just him? Because like ravens are special.
Bit by bit, a few ravens join Edgar.
That's a bad sign.
Just it's like 3 or 4 ravens flying around the courtyard.
I think he'd probably scoop up his backpack, which just has.
And in the
go on.
Something you can see is in the moonlight. There, just for a moment, there's a flash of light. There is an oncoming storm. It's not here yet, but a flash of light in the distance from lightning illuminates what looks to be what you think is a person standing in the courtyard. But the moment the light flashes, when the light dissipates and it's just normal moonlight, the figure is gone. It's almost as like, would you see the negative space that would be the shadow of a person if it was projected against a wall when lightning flashes in the distance?
I'm thinking if you've ever seen those pictures of the Hiroshima like nuking and everything, where there's like the shadows burned into the ground.
It's that, but weirdly 3-dimensional and standing up, like it was supposed to be against. Like it's supposed to be against a wall, but there's no wall for it to press against.
Does it? This might be really hard to tell considering it's just a form. Does it look like its head is pointed in a direction, i.e., that it's looking at something?
Its whole body is shifted in vaguely your direction. You can tell because the proportions are right for it. But can you make me a perception check?
I can make you a perception check. What is my perception? Psychology, persuade. Wait, hold on. Is there perception? Oh, would it be spot hidden?
Yeah.
Yes, most likely.
Hey. God damn it! I have such good in this, and I rolled an 88. How many points do I have? I would need to drop it by 8, 5, 13. No, that's a lot of points. That's too many points. No, I'll take the loss.
Do you want to lean out the window and try and push your roll?
Yeah, he's gonna do that.
Alright, you sort of like put your body out the window and you're really looking. You do know that your balance is a bit off, but you feel like it'll be safe, you hope.
It'll be fine. He says as he rolls a 21.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to, you don't like fall or anything. You stare, and when a second lightning strike hits, yeah, it's looking directly at you. And the only feature on the body is a smile. It's an open, wide smile that has far too many teeth.
God, I wish
It's the
that was...
only feature that you see.
Dude, should I roll sanity?
Terrifying.
Yeah, make me a sanity check.
Oh no.
Oh, it's fine. I have a 65 sanity. This is easy. I've been rolling shit. Oh, I rolled 47.
That's good.
Fine. I'll take the victory. Is it bad that I'm upset that I'm passing the fucking sanity checks? I wanted to go a little crazy.
You're a very well-rounded guy, and you haven't found things up close that have broken you yet. It's far away enough where it's not. If it was inches from you, it'd be a very different roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. As for a moment, you're like, "Oh fucking god, what is that?" And then it disappears as the moonlight fills the courtyard again.
I like the idea of he sees the figure, and if he failed the sanity check, it'd be a different reaction entirely. But he like ends up kind of shunting himself back into his room, just as a natural reaction.
You should like throw yourself into the room and sort of stumble back, like barely on your feet against the wall.
Yeah, I think he finds that he's holding whatever the holy symbol he was praying to was.
Yeah,
and he probably writes it off to that, like there's protection here.
You're clutching it hard enough where it's almost piercing your skin.
Yeah, that's a good reaction. He catches his breath and waits for Edgar to return.
And Edgar does, eventually. For about 10 minutes, Edgar returns and just sort of keeps looking out the window and looking back at you.
Good job, Edgar. He just...
And it sort of just like nuzzles your hand.
He's a spooky little guy. He pets the bird to make sure it has like food and water, so he takes good care of this goddamn bird. He takes better care of this bird than himself.
Real
Real pet owner hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.